This is what's crazy. This is the crazy part right here, guys. This is where all my research went today. After you finish a workout, you release certain hormones and certain chemicals in the body. You release dopamine in the brain, which makes you really happy. Get it? Dopamine. You release a little tiny bit of oxytocin, which is the same chemical that is released right after sex that allows people to kind of feel cuddly and fall in love. You also release lots of endorphins. And endorphins are basically like the body's natural morphine. Morphine that you see in the hospital is really nothing more than a synthetic version of what your body already produces after a workout and after sex. I'm not sure how to say this other word, but it's like something epinephrine, but it's another feel-good hormone that elevates right after a workout. The chemical breakdown and the hormones that rise, it's almost identical to what you produce when you get high on cocaine as to the chemical breakdown and the hormonal changes that you experience right after a workout, the elevation of hormones. It's literally almost the same. So if you can go in the gym and do high intensity cardio and get the same high, just about the same high that you would get on cocaine, while increasing brain function, while increasing blood flow, increasing longevity, and increasing, just making your life better, making your life longer, making you more efficient, making you better. If you could do that while getting the same high as you could on crack cocaine, why the hell would you go out and spend money on crack cocaine and slowly screw up your life? Slowly lose brain cells, slowly kill your body, end up in prison? Why? I was thinking about that. I was thinking, well, here's what's crazy. Some of those chemicals that are released, like dopamine in the brain, that is something that's also released when you're taking drugs. Now, when you have sex, right after you're done, right after you orgasm, you release oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. You also release serotonin when you finish your workout. You also release serotonin a little bit after doing some drugs, some good drugs. So they're all very, very similar. That high feeling is a certain feeling of certain chemicals in the body being released. As crazy as it is, oxytocin is found in sports, it's found after sex, it's found in workouts, it's all over the place. But, you know, when you first start dating someone, you're like, I'm so in love with this person, I'm just so in love with them, and you just kind of feel like just high all the time, just like in love. That's oxytocin. When you have that honeymoon stage going on and you feel like you're just in love with someone, literally your bodies are both producing a lot of oxytocin, more than you'll ever produce again in the relationship, most likely. And oxytocin is the chemical in your brain, or it's the compound in your body that helps create a bond between two or more people. It's something that's found in nature. It's something that we're hardwired to do. A lot of oxytocin is released in the beginning of a relationship. It gives you that like happy, cuddly feeling. Also, after sex, it's released. That's why you feel like cuddling and you feel all lovey after sex and you say, I love you. But the one time in any man or woman's life that the most oxytocin is released is during childbirth. So when a woman has a baby, and then the first year after that, they release more oxytocin than anyone ever will in their entire life. And that's what makes the mother-child bond so strong, and that's what makes the mother-child bond like unbreakable. You'll really never be as close to anybody as you will be your mom, unless you just have a really bad relationship in that relationship and it's destroyed. But it's meant to be the closest relationship that two people can have between mother and child. But they've also even found oxytocin happening in sports. When someone wins the football team and they shout and they take a backflip and they just kind of like explode in happiness and excitement for winning, they're experiencing a little bit of oxytocin, and it actually rubs off on their teammates. So their teammates also experience oxytocin. So here's my point, guys. When you go to the gym and work out, right? When you get a really, really, really good workout and the workout is over, really intense, you release a little bit of oxytocin, you release a little bit of dopamine, you release some endorphins, so morphine, and you even release serotonin. You release all that stuff. The same stuff you get from drugs and the same stuff you get from sex. All after your workout, you release. Your hormones are up, you release all that stuff, and it makes you feel freaking amazing. You feel a little high for a bit. After your workout, you're just like, ugh, you get a little spacey, which is Well, I have been doing high-intensity cardio for the past week, every single day. It's really been helping me be more creative, have more things to talk about on videos, have more things to write about, have a clearer mind, be happy. High-intensity cardio is awesome. If you're a natural bodybuilder or a natural athlete, and you don't have a giant amount of body weight to carry around, and you're not just pounding down when you do high-intensity cardio, guys, I only weigh about 177, 176, so I can do high-intensity cardio no problem as long as I control my descent to the ground. I'm not just banging the ground and destroying my joints. So yeah, you can get the same high that you get on crack cocaine by doing high-intensity cardio, and it's free, and it makes your life better, makes you live longer, makes you look better, makes you sexier naked, makes you more confident. It makes everything better, and it's free. Other than the gym membership of $25 a month. You also release some of the same things that you release after sex. Oh, and not to mention working out makes you better at sex because you have better blood flow and better cardiovascular systems, which relates back to that. But that's not the point. The point is, guys, working out is better than drugs. It's much better than drugs. There's no reason to take drugs. If you're having a shitty life right now, things suck, and you need an outlet, you need something to help get you back up out of that slump. You need something to dedicate your life to medicate just for the moment and then have something to continue with. Go to the damn gym. Lift some weights, do some heavy ass squats, deadlift, bench press, and do some high intensity cardio on the stair stepper. Or go for a run. Any of that.
That comes from men and is forced onto women. Women are raped and murdered, and for this, we need to kill all men. I am sick of being a baby factory that produces more men that will just, in the future, subjugate me. So the only answer to that is to kill male babies and just kill any man that you see, like in the streets, like any swinging dick, just kill him. Because we want the species to go on, but we want it only to go on with women in it. So that's what we have to do. That's the only way to keep the human race going, is with just women. Anti-feminist, MRA, atheist white male, and
That's what's up, brapa.
The goal was 415 on deadlifts for 5 sets of 5. First set of 3 and I'm just done. My wrist is hurting. I hurt my wrist about a week ago. One of the tendons right here in the wrist. It's kind of, so that's contributing to like killing me on any kind of pulling movements right now. As you can tell, not affecting my pushing movements because I got 315 for almost 6 reps on bench press yesterday. Only affecting my pulling movements a lot. Lesson to self and lesson to you guys. If you have any kind of tweaking in your wrists going on, you're probably going to be a little weaker on your pulling movements because that tendon in your wrist contributes to pulling. I was going to go for 5x5 with 415 on deadlift, 5x5 with 225 on Finlay row. I'm barely getting 3 on either. And my wrist is hurting, so I'm probably not going to be able to do too much more back stuff today. It happens, guys. It happens. So I want to talk about addiction, but not just addiction to drugs, but addiction in general and why it happens and how you can stop it using fitness and the gym and nutrition and setting goals with that sort of thing. So a lot of people dabble with things like drugs and video games and just different things that you can get addicted to, and they enjoy them for a while. Certain people get addicted to those things and certain other people don't get addicted to those things, but why? Answer to that question is that the people that get addicted to those things, they feel like there's something missing. They don't have good relationships. They don't feel good about themselves. They feel isolated. They feel alone. They feel ridiculed. They're not feeling good about themselves. They feel like people don't like them. They feel like they're not worthy. All of these different negative emotions they feel. So they need something to feel connected to. And so in order to feel connected, to have the dopamine receptors go off in their head and fire and have that good feeling, they need to create some sort of addiction, to have some sort of connection, some sort of relationship with something that's maybe not people. That can be video games, that can be cocaine, that can be heroin, that can be anything. That could be sex. You could be addicted to sex because you produce dopamine after you have sex, and so you're having a relationship with the feeling of sex, not the person, but the feeling. Addiction comes in many forms. What addiction really is a negative relationship with something or someone. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety. The opposite of addiction is connection. Feeling connected to yourself, feeling connected to other people, feeling connected to society, feeling like you matter, feeling like you're contributing, feeling like you're growing in life. Not feeling any of those things and not having any of those things directly causes you to get addicted to something so that your numbness can go away and you can feel something towards something. If it's human nature, we have to feel something towards something or we can't really even exist or live. We don't feel like we're alive. We feel like we're dead, but walking and seeing, but we're not really alive. So therefore, it's human nature to have to be involved in something, have a relationship with something. One of the biggest reasons that people feel bad, they feel bad about themselves, they feel like they're not doing good in life, is not following through with things. Just the trait of never finishing things, setting goals and never achieving them, thinking about goals but never setting them, setting a bunch of goals in a bunch of different areas and just not hitting any of them because they're overwhelmed and they're just not following through, and they're known by their peers as someone that is flaky and just does things in the moment and doesn't ever set long-term goals, doesn't ever progress in life, that is like an addiction trap. The way to get over that, literally, get a gym membership, walk into the gym, set one goal, hit that goal, feel good, get the dopamine firing because you accomplished a goal. One of the reasons that your dopamine receptors fire is the reward system. You set a goal and you achieve it, boom, dopamine. We need dopamine. We need these feelings. We need these feel-good feelings to feel human, and we will get them somehow or another. People that are constantly setting and achieving goals, people that have good relationships, people that are happy with themselves, these people are not going to be addicted to things. People that are not happy with themselves, they can't ever set and achieve a goal because they're just inconsistent. They're going to be addicted to things. So literally, going into the gym, setting goals, and achieving them, you can cure your addiction. You can fill that void. Take someone that has no friends, they feel like no one cares about them, they feel isolated, they feel like people are putting them down, they feel just like crap about themselves. Literally, you can take all the crappy stuff that's happening in that person's life, put them in the gym, and let them start having really, really good workouts, learning how to lift, learning how to diet, learning how to set and achieve goals, and consistently setting and achieving goals on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. That person will completely turn around. That person will completely change their life. How do I know this? Because I did that when I was 13. Depression, addiction, feeling bad about yourself, all of these negative things, they're not so different. They come from the same place. And going to the gym and setting and achieving goals and having really, really good workouts that set off and fire hormones and receptors that make you feel good, that can cure the feeling bad, the addiction, the hating yourself, the depression, all of that stuff. Guys, we don't get addicted to things because they're addictive. We get addicted to things because we have a void. We have a hole that needs to be filled, and by being addicted to something, we're filling that void. The addiction is filling that void. And it's not just about setting and achieving goals. It's about doing something positive that hits your dopamine receptors, that makes you feel good, and rewarding yourself, and just being in a positive atmosphere and hitting dopamine receptors because of positive things and not negative things. You need to have adaptation to positive things, to setting and achieving goals. Guys, the thing about hitting dopamine receptors, setting them off from things that aren't goal-oriented, is the fact that they end the second after you're finished. After you finish a video game, you're done. After you have sex, you're done. After you do drugs, you're done. But if you set a goal and at the same time the thing that you're doing is hitting dopamine receptors and achieving goals and getting closer to other goals, it's just a win-win. You're hitting a dopamine receptor on the spot, and you're going to be hitting more and more every time you hit a goal. Because dopamine is something that is activated in your brain when you feel like you've achieved something or you feel like you need to reward yourself. Dopamine in your brain is basically like your brain saying, here, have candy, you've done good at something. So basically what I'm saying is, by becoming someone that follows through with things, that sets goals and achieves them, that goes to the gym and pays attention to their workouts, pays attention to their diets, and really creates a structure in their life around fitness and moving forward in life and developing themselves, they could easily get away from any addiction, even if they feel like crap about themselves, they feel like they're nothing, they feel like they're isolated, they feel like people don't care about them, they're in bad situations in their life, abusive relationships, they're not happy at home, they're not happy in life. Literally, going to the gym, setting goals, getting good workouts, achieving the goals, improving oneself, and getting better in life, that can end that cycle of feeling like crap. That can end that cycle of needing to fill a void with some sort of addiction or some sort of a relationship with some unhealthy thing that you can just do right then. Guys, I hope this helps. I really do hope this can help some of you guys out there that are maybe struggling with some sort of unhealthy relationship, whether it is with a drug or just something that you're doing repetitively that's unhealthy. I hope this video can help you guys. All love. Comment if you have any questions or concerns or you want to talk. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Bye-bye.